Noticed how the same exact engine, same pistons, same bearings, same blueprints, somehow needs 0W-20 in America, but magically becomes a 5W-30 engine in Europe, Japan, or Australia? It sounds like a simple technical difference, but it isn't. It's a clue. A clue that what you pour into your engine isn't just about lubrication, it's about politics, paperwork, corporate strategy, and how long your engine is expected to last. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll know exactly which oil grade actually protects your engine and which one quietly shortens its life while saving the manufacturer money. Let's get into the truth most mechanics only talk about off the clock. Picture two identical cars rolling off the same assembly line. Same VIN sequence, same engine code. One ships to the US and gets a shiny sticker saying 0W20 only. The other ships to Europe and gets a manual recommending 5W30 or even 10W30 for the exact same engine. If it were just about climate, Florida and England would have totally different recommendations, but they don't. Something else is going on. And it starts with pressure, not inside your engine, but inside corporate boardrooms. See, in the US, automakers live and die by one brutal number: fleet fuel economy. If they miss the target by even a tenth of an mpg, the fines can hit millions. But there's a trick, a legal one: use thinner oil. Reduce internal drag just enough to bump fuel economy on the EPA test cycle. That tiny boost might only save you a quarter tank of fuel a month, but it saves the manufacturer a fortune. And once a car is tested and certified with a specific oil grade, changing it requires recertification. Months of testing, more money, more delays. So the number goes into the manual and it stays there. Not because it's the best oil for your engine, but because it's the best oil for a spreadsheet. Meanwhile, the same engine in Japan or Europe, where test cycles and regulations are different, gets a thicker oil for better protection. Not for fuel economy numbers, for durability. For long-term reliability, for the reality of hot climates, long drives, high speeds, towing, and engines that age. Let's talk about what those numbers on the bottle actually mean. 0W20 means thin when cold, very thin when hot. Easy starts, good lab fuel economy. But under high heat, long drives, or heavy load, it can shear down fast, losing 10 to 15% of its viscosity in just a few thousand miles. And once your oil film thins out, metal touches metal. Bearings, rings, turbos. That's the stuff that actually wears your engine out. 5W30, slightly thicker at startup, much stronger when hot, better oil film, better protection. The stuff you want if you live in Texas, Florida, Arizona, or honestly anywhere except sub-zero winter climates. It's not about old school versus new school, it's about physics. And here's the part nobody tells new car owners. Engines don't stay the same. Clearances open up, rings wear, bearings loosen microscopically. A car that was designed for 0W20 at 10,000 miles might desperately need 5W30 at 80,000 miles. That's why mechanics, the real ones who work on engines every day, not the ones reading off service desk invoices, quietly switch to 5W30 in their own cars long before 100,000 miles. Ask them privately, and they'll tell you the truth. 0W20 is for the EPA, 5W30 is for the engine. Hot climates, same story. Independent lab tests show 5W30 holds together under heat far better than 0W20. That's why Toyota and Honda recommend thicker oils for the same engines in Australia, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, everywhere that heat is the real enemy. And the real-world data backs it up. Two identical Camrys tested over 100,000 miles, the 0W20 car got slightly better MPG, the 5W30 car showed dramatically lower wear metals and cleaner internals. A Honda 1.5-liter turbo tested with both oils, thinner oil caused more consumption and more turbo wear. Switching to 5W30 fixed both. So what about warranties? Here's where most people get scared, and where the law is on your side. The manufacturer has to prove your oil caused the failure to deny coverage. If your oil meets or exceeds their spec, API-SP, ILSAC, GF6, whatever, they can't void your warranty just because you chose the grade that actually protects your engine. Many brands even state in their own service bulletins that 5W30 can be used if 0W20 isn't available, which is their quiet way of admitting it's fine. Now, here's the twist you probably weren't expecting. Viscosity isn't even the whole story. Additives matter more. A premium synthetic 0W20 with strong base oils can outperform a cheap conventional 5W30. Detergents, anti-wear additives, high temp stability, that's what keeps your engine alive.
But when you combine a strong additive package with a viscosity that doesn't thin out under heat, that's when engines run clean, quiet, and long. So what should you actually use? If you live in cold climates, drive short trips, and follow tight oil change intervals, 0W-20 works fine. It's not bad, it's just optimized for a specific set of priorities. But if you live in a hot region, drive long distances,